Hi, collective. Okay. So I just did the tarot reading with the Witch's Tarot. And I said if you hung out to the end of the reading, I was going to do the Witch Oracle. And again, I forgot. I need to stop saying that. I always forget because then I do. So I did a beautiful tarot reading off the energies of today. It's collective energy. So it's going to be linked to this one somehow because I'm going to link this one to the end screen. I guess I'll link the two together. So if you want the tarot reading, it'll pop up at the end of the screen. So this beautiful October energy. It's my favorite time of year. I'm a witch, so it doesn't surprise me. But I'm a white witch and a cosmic witch. So I work with white, light energy, and cosmic energy. So, as most witches do, anyways. But I don't. Either way, if you didn't know, there's different type of witches, and I work with crystals and herbs, but it's all for healing purposes. And get that triple goddess moon energy, right? You often see that symbol, right? The maiden, the mother. We're gonna have to pull this in, and the crown, because the mirror was on the bottom when I was showing that I was going to use this deck. And I did pull out the hourglass and I said, time is of the essence. Because I was showing just a few cards that are within the deck. And I said, hang on to the end and we'll do a reading. So time is of the essence, definitely. And with the mirror energy, I'm picking up intuitively that something, an illusion is definitely being shattered. If somebody is looking in the mirror, they're realizing their worth. It's kind of like when you look in the mirror and you finally see you as you really are, because it's like all those projections, right? It's like if really you look into a mirror and say you don't have confidence and you're letting bullies tell you things. Like I remember when I was younger and I used to get teased a lot for having red hair, right? Because it's back before everybody dyed their hair and it's rarity, right? So anyways, I red hair, right? So everybody was always teasing me and making fun of me and my ugly hair and all this. So I'd look in the mirror and like, I did not love my hair. I was always just like looking at it. I just didn't love it and adore it, right? Until I got older, right? And then I really started to get compliments and stuff. And then I started to perceive it differently, right? And then once I did, then I started, I just remember one day it clicked. I was like, wow, my hair really is pretty and things like that. But it's like you have to feel it, right, before you see it. Because it's all about it's the emotions that you feel. And so there's so much like mirror mat, like you cannot, mirrors are really evil. They really are. And it's interesting, I was looking into that, and I want to watch, I don't like to watch a lot of, because I'm highly empathic, that I don't watch a lot of, like, scary movies, but I'm wanting to watch something about, like, the mirrors and the things that can happen. So being Halloween time, I'm going to start, if anybody has any good movies that have to do with, like, evilness in the mirrors or something, put it in the comments below. But mirrors, they really put you in your ego. I kind of feel like you've ever heard of like smoke and mirrors, right? To allure you from things. Like really that's what mirrors are. Because it so puts you in your ego. Like right when you look in a mirror, you look at yourself, but you're thinking how others are going to see you. You know what I mean? Because you look in the mirror and get yourself presentable before going out into the world, right? Because you're looking at yourself like, this is how I look. Oh, are people going to like this hairstyle? Are people going to like, are you really looking in the mirror for you? Because ultimately, like, you really shouldn't care what you think. You know what I mean? Like, I know sometimes, like, I'll just tie up my hair, whatever, and I'll be like, messy hair, don't care, whatever. And it's funny because those are the times that I go out, if my hair's a mess, I don't do any makeup. Those are weird times that I have people actually say, like, you look really pretty today. And I'm just like, why am I getting a compliment today when I haven't even done my makeup or hair and I know and then it's like, then I'm thinking to myself, like, are they saying that because I really look that bad? And it's like, I feel like they need to give someone a compliment. Have you ever felt like that? You feel like you need to give somebody a compliment? Okay, this is going all over the place. But anyway, you know, but at the same time, like, I'd be fine. But then there's sometimes, like, my hair or whatever is just thrown up and I'm not focused on what I'm wearing and I'm getting ready to go and looking for my keys or whatever. And I go walk by a mirror and then I see and I'm just like, oh, wow. Yeah, let me fix my hair before I go out. That looks awful. You know what I mean? I'm not looking at it from my perspective. I'm looking at it as this is how people are going to see me. So it puts you in that ego, like it really shouldn't matter. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah. And there was something, I think it was in this book where I was reading where I'm going to have to read it to you to show you. Like, I never knew how strong it went with mirrors. And, of course, there's mirror magic and things like that. And, okay. And let me just read this. Let me show you that there's all this hidden stuff. But I really feel that there's hidden stuff coming out. And mirrors was on the end. See, listen to this. Mirrors date back to ancient times. The first mirrors that people used were most likely pools of dark, still water. Okay? It is believed that the first glass mirrors were invented in 1 AD by the Romans. In the medieval period, glass mirrors completely disappeared because during those times, religious confessions stated that the devil was looking and watching the world from the opposite side of a glass mirror. In folklore, mirrors were objects to fear. They were said to steal the soul, and they were inventions of the devil because they had the power to draw souls out of the body. Some believe that spirits can become trapped into mirrors. Wow, isn't that crazy? Like, I don't know. I didn't know that. But this is very popular. There's a lot of ancient, sorry, that was really loud, in here. So anyway, each of these cards, you know, tells you a little bit about the card, but it's got a meaning behind it, right? An incantation. So let me tell you about the meaning, right, of this specific card, pulling it, right? So although there is much negativity and superstition associated with mirrors, one thing is certain: mirrors don't lie. When we gaze into a mirror, what we see is a true reflection of ourselves, both the good and the bad. We cannot deny this image reflecting back at us. Take a good look at yourself, but look deeper than just a surface image that is reflected. Look deep into your soul. Do you like what you see, or are there changes that need to be made? Right? So, but this is where you're doing it for you, and I'm feeling this energy of somebody really getting confident in the reading I was talking about. And I'm getting really, somebody's realizing how beautiful they are. I've been getting the strong energy of, like, there's control of a narcissist, right? Devil energy. Somebody was really making somebody feel as though they weren't pretty, they weren't lovable, maybe they were commenting on them, maybe their weight, maybe their whatever it may be, or something, but somebody's starting to look in the mirror and they're really starting to love them, and things like that. And really, you shouldn't have to change who you are for anybody, because somebody should love you just as you are. That's what makes us each unique, and, you know, and different things like that. So if somebody is wanting you to change yourself, I mean, if it's something that you don't like about yourself, you, not what somebody else wants you to change, right? If it's just something, but really you shouldn't want to change anything about you anyways, because you were created that way for a reason. Anyways. All right, here's the incantation that you can say with the mirror, right? Mirror, mirror on the wall, I welcome you to show me all. I need to see all sides of me, so a better person I will be. Beautiful. Okay, so now we're going to look at the hourglass. The hourglass is a reminder that time is running out. It is one of the most common symbols of mortality, along with the Grim Reaper and the scythe. They are believed to have originated in medieval Europe around the 14th century and were considered to be the most dependable measure of time. They were commonly seen in the use of ships at sea, in churches, homes, and workplaces. So when an hourglass appears in your reading, it is letting you know that the time is of the essence. There is something that you've been putting off that needs to be completed, and you are quickly running out of time. Do not delay any longer. And here's the incantation. I'm holding up the card if you guys want to, like, recite it, or, you know, or just meditate on it. Like Alice, White Rabbit, I am late for a date. Time has flown by, and now I can't wait. No more stalling. It's now time to act. I must do it now, and that is a fact. Huh. Interesting. Caught my attention because I have a lady today that's getting my Alice in the Wonderland tarot because I never use it, right? So I don't like to keep things that I don't use, right? But it's interesting, like Alice and the White Rabbit. It's definitely significant to me because I haven't used this deck in like a year or two, or I don't know. Some decks I just don't find that I connect with very much for whatever reason, right? So that's one of them. Anyways, okay, we're gonna pull one more because I said I was gonna do 3, and those 2 came out. So let's get one more. All those little synchronicities, I always look for them as messages. You know, in Alice, right? What is the story behind Alice, right? Alice in Wonderland, she goes through the dimensions. That's why I always thought that one would have been significant. I don't know. Something about illusion, revealing things. Because the mirrors, right? It's almost like go through dimensions. Like, I know that's something I used to do. Stare into mirrors. Sometimes I'd feel like it would allow me to go to different places within my mind. I don't know if there's something about that. If any of you feel that there's anything to that. Sometimes I remember for a while I felt as though I needed to pull myself out of it. Maybe I was doing something at a young age I didn't. I used to literally have mirrors everywhere. I remember I moved around a lot. I've lived in so many different places and apartments. I've always wanted to move around. So I would literally had one of those, like I get 6-month leases just so I could keep moving. And I'd always get mirror panels in every place that I would move. I'd go pick up new boxes of them and I would align them all around my apartment. And I'd have to use, you know, like permanent like mounting tape. So I'd always put them up and arrange them in different things. It was cute. It always looked elegant. Everybody loved them. Like, I would always be willing to sacrifice my security deposit, but I would just leave them up and they would give me my deposit back. So, but yeah, I went through collecting mirrors and this really big mirror thing, and then I felt as though too much magic was going on, that I had to get away from it. Something significant about mirrors. I keep talking about it too. Okay, let's just get one more. All these little things you get, the more you watch me, you find out more and more about Crystal. 2 jumped. Now, this was on the bottom when I put the deck down. So this was significant for you to see. And familiars jumped out. So you get an extra one. So there could be a familiar that is protecting you, working with you. It's also the black cat, which is the companion to a witch. You guys could very much be a witch as well. If you're saying these incantations, you're already saying spells. All right, Book of Shadows. Let's see what the Book of Shadows is about. The Book of Shadows, or Grimoire, I don't know, is a record book that's kept and used by the witch to record research, thoughts, experiences, and spiritual information. It is a cross between a diary of spiritual and magical experience and a recipe book for spells, incantations, and potions. Once the book has been I don't know what that is. It should not be shown to anyone. They only cause you to lose the energy that you put into it. That's probably why, like, I'm very particular. Like, I don't like anybody to read, like, my notebooks and things like that. Like, it's my and I often put down my downloads of things that are revealed to me. So that's interesting. As I mean, for some of you, maybe you write down and you journal things. You don't realize, you know, it's your Book of Shadows. Some of these magical books have been passed down in the families from generations to generations, right? The Golden Grimoire is one of the more famous mythological versions of the magical book. It is said to be the Book of Shadows of Merlin the Magic. When this book appears in a reading, it is telling you that you are not paying enough attention to detail. Write things down. Create new spells, new thoughts, and ideas. Fill your grimoire with recipes for life. You know, so to be affirming, writing things down. Be precise in your words and don't share all of your information that you put in there. Not every aspect of your life should be an open book, right? Okay, and here's the incantation. New thoughts and creations will not be ignored. They will come to mind, and then they will be stored in the magical book that I keep by my side. And then by its wisdom, I will always abide. Beautiful. Oh, the toad is on the bottom. Another spirit animal. If somebody was interested in what was on the bottom, because I normally always take a look. And that's often what you don't see is what's on the bottom. So maybe for some of you, you have a toad in your life that you are not seeing. And that's where I feel the mirror shattering the illusion. And it's being revealed. See, look at what the toad says. When this card appears in a reading, you may be experiencing change in your life. This change might be in regard to how you lead your life, but can also be a spiritual nature, calling the toad to guide you through in times of transition. The toad will support your transition or metamorphosis. Okay, so that was the advice beyond the toad. I guess I better just give you the incantation since they let me here, but I'll show you why it's a warning card. Some things come and some things go. Changes like ebb and flow. I now accept what has come to be because it is best for me. But see, it says, for thousands of years, frogs and toads have been associated with myth, folklore, and magic. Many of the myths portray them as demons, creatures associated with the devil. That's why I said that there's like a warning there. Some cultures, however, viewed them as positive light and saw them as representing good fortune and protection. Because I feel that you're in this transition period. And I talked about, don't get mad at this devil. This devil actually transformed whoever the reading was for, I feel, or energy surrounding you, whatever, and somebody very, very powerful in knowing their worth and things like that. And that's why their illusions are being shattered with the mirror, right? So there's that. Okay, let me get back to the familiar. Familiar is an animal companion of a witch. See, now we got two. You got the animal companion in the book. I'm definitely talking to a witch here. You might not have realized that it's within your bloodlines, right? Or, okay, or they just wanted you here for this fun reading. Take it however you feel fitting, but okay. So familiar is an animal companion to a witch. They share a magical connection. The black cat was a traditional witch familiar, but some people connect better with other animals. They were showing me the owl a lot too. Maybe the owls are significant to somebody. The shamanistic practices. The animal familiar is not a physical being at all, but a thought form or a spiritual entity. It is often travels astrally and serves as a magical guardian against those who might try to physically attack the shaman. Today, many pagans have an animal companion that they consider their familiar, and most people no longer believe that they are spirit or demons inhabiting this animal, but instead that they have an emotional or psychic bond with a particular animal who is attuned to the powers of the human partner. No matter what kind of creature it might be, the familiar is no mere pet. Rather, the animal is a respected partner and companion who reveals truth and offers characteristics inherited to the nature of the witch for magical purposes. Beautiful. So the meaning behind this card is, the message of this card is all about showing who you really are and revealing truths about yourself that you have locked away for a very long time. Not just to others, but to yourself as well. They have become burdensome, and you need to stop carrying that heavy weight around. It's time to come out from your hiding place and show your true colors. Wow, okay. And the incantation is, strip away the invisible cloak. I must stand tall like the mighty oak. There is nothing more I need to hide, and now can show myself with pride. Is that not about confidence? Oh my gosh, this is beautiful. All right, guys. Well, those were the oracle cards that were going along with my reading that I did today. It will pop up on the screen if you have not seen the tarot reading. It should be up there now because I'm closing out this reading like magic. Right, so click on the reading if you'd like to watch it. Subscribe if you have not. Thank you so much for all of my new subscribers. And feel free to leave comments, emojis. Always check out my description box to find out more. I'm going to start using it more. And there is a link if you want to give a donation or reach out to me by email. All that's below. Love you all. Bye.